understand the difference between data and information, and then be able to explain how to collect data and information from different sources. So that's what we have to just cover for today, guys. Then before I can start, then I'd like you guys to share with me, like I said, this is part of the recap of what we did before. I believe just to see whether you still remember then, or unless otherwise, then I know where to start. Then what is a data and then what is information in your understanding? So please share with me so that at least only 4 or 5 seconds, not minute, guys. Then let's write on the group chat. Then you can respond back to me. Then I'll see. Jaden, Nelly, bless, guys, Baloy, blessing, please. Let's respond, guys. Tell me what you understand about data and what is information. What's the difference between the two? How can someone just differentiate between the two? So then, like I said, respond on the group chat, guys. Please, I'm waiting for your response. And once again, then I want you to share with me, why is it important that we need information in life? How does it help us? Okay, I see one respond. Who's that? Data is raw facts. Lois, Nelly, bless. Yes, it's just the raw facts. Yes. Now tell me, what do you understand about information? Yes, unprocessed items that has no meaning. So that is raw facts. Then I agree with you. So that's it. You're correct. So, but now tell me what's information. So then also, why is it important to use information, guys? How does it help us in real life situation? So why is it important in our life? So please let us just be quick, guys. Please let us make the platform more interactive, guys, because I see 2 more people are responding. So I'm very quite happy about that. That's Leon had data is raw facts that are not organized in meaningful format. Exactly correct. Like I said, is meaningless Tyrone. So there's no meaning. It can't reveal any meaning to us. So then now I see Nelly. You're always trying to take the shortcuts. Try to elaborate more on your answer, please, because like what you have said here, you said information is processed data. Yes, I understand. So then just give me an example of how is it processed. Like I see, because you just say data is raw facts. Just imagine, so how many marks should I just give you? Just try to be more elaborative on your answers. Don't just give the short answers as like, try to elaborate. Information is processed data. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, guys. Now, why is it important, guys, that we need information in our life? So let's share our knowledge, please, as I'm waiting for you guys to share with me. Okay, Nelly. Then I see who else again. Let's respond, guys. I'm still waiting for the answer. Why is it important to have information? Okay, I see there's one more answer again. Meaningful knowledge that we obtain when we have organized and interpreted. Okay, Leonhead, what are you saying? So meaningful knowledge that we obtain when we have organized and interpreted data. So what does that mean? Can you please just, okay, you mean that's information. Okay, that's, but now you are mixing up these 2 terms. Remember, knowledge is different from, then you cannot say, yes, remember, then the data, like we say, we must have raw facts. Then when we process that, it gave us an end result. And that end result, we call it an information. So that organized and processed information, data is called an information. But now, so you can't say the very same information is knowledge. So let's differentiate. What is the knowledge? Okay, data is data that has been gathered and put together in certain format, e.g. Excel spreadsheet. Come again, this is data that has been gathered and put in a certain format, e.g. Excel spreadsheet or table. Nelly. Okay, listen, whenever then guys, we process this and organize it. So we set raw and organized facts that has no meaning. So when we organize this, then it reveals a meaning to us. That becomes an information. But now, how does it differ from, how does it differ from knowledge? Like I said, I ask you the question, why is it important that we need to use an information? So that's a question that I've just asked. So like I see here, you are saying data that has been gathered and put together in a certain format, e.g. Excel spreadsheet. Yes, guys, then, but now why is it important that we need to use that information? How does it help? It's simple. How does information help you? That's what I want you. Okay, let me just proceed, guys. As we continue, guys, like I said, okay, you said information is processed data that has been analyzed, like for example, the printed report. This, but now, so you haven't answered me of what knowledge is. So I'm still waiting for that answer anyway. So like for example, then if you go to the driving school, then you read the learner's book that about the road sign rules and whatsoever. Then so just to bring an awareness to you guys, but now you are not finally in control of any machine, but now they want to bring an awareness so that at least you know you've got an awareness of anything that you see around your environment, so that whenever then now you are in control of the machine, then you can act in caution, you understand? So now let's have a look here. That means, what is a knowledge? Skill, information that was built up through experience. That was an awareness. Now, how to play a specific computer game. So then you should have an awareness on how to. So how that means you have to put that information in action. You understand? So that becomes a knowledge. So I believe now we understand the data hierarchy. Like from data, as we know, is unprocessed raw facts that has no meaning. So whenever then we process that, like for example, then how do we do that? Through the computer system, then we use what is so-called information processing cycle. So that's whereby then we enter the data through the input device and then process it through the central processing units and then give the results via the output device. And then we can store that for the future use then. And then later we can share that, you understand? So that's how it goes, guys. So then we had that information. Then now the skills, so whatever the action that we take based on the information, because that one is influenced by what the type of the decision making process, the type of the decision. Now, guys, remember, so since this chapter is all about practical assessment task, guys, then you need to know how to collect the data. So now there are three basic methods to find information and the data. Namely, you can check the information on electronic platform or printed media like your newspaper, the magazines. Then also you can conduct surveys and then, or you do some questionnaires. That's how you can create the data. So now let's have a look here. Like I'm going to talk more about the survey so that you can be able to differentiate between survey and questionnaire as the most important tools that we'll be using throughout our PET activity. Like for example, a survey is a data collection tool used to collect information about individual. A survey may focus on factual information about the individual, or it might aim to collect the opinions of the survey takers. Like for example, if sometimes you are running the business, you see now the customer response on that particular product that we are selling is very bad now, then you want to find out, to uncover the answers, like the reason, uncover the answers, evoke discussions, and base decision on objective information and compare the results, so that at least you know what are the alternatives. Then you base yourself on these four aspects. So then I'll like to ask any questions from your side, guys. Then or entertain the questions from your side. Any question, or do you all understand? Can I continue with question? Yeah. Please sign for me with, you can just maybe raise up your hands, then I can see that we all understand. Okay. As I'm continuing, okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Lenny Hart. Okay. Questionnaire is a list of the research question asked to respondents. Like, for example, guys, as much as we are talking about the respondent, like when you create your questionnaire, then you have to use the Google form for the questionnaire. Then you'll see on other side that was going to be your original questionnaire. So then on other side, you'll have the respondent. So designed to extract specific information. For the reason for that is about collect appropriate data, make data comparable and amenable to the analysis, minimize the bias in formulating and asking the questions to make question engaging and varied. So these are the reason for you using what the questionnaire. Since now, as per PET requirements, you are requested to create a questionnaire. So you must be able to know how to administer your questionnaire, more especially on the Google Forms, like I did this last, guys. So since I said this is part of the information management, so what is information management? It's a process of collecting, selecting, and processing, and then presenting information to people. Now here we'll be looking at now, like I said, here they said they'll be looking at the difference between data and information that we know. We have explained that already, and how to understand problem or task as well as, because remember, guys, this one, it helps us in terms of what, because remember our pet is part of our the research project. So then in order for you to conduct your research, that means there must be a problem, how to understand the problem and task as well as the importance of questionnaire. Lastly, then we'll look at the different information source and data gathering tools. The information processing management is used in every environment, being at school, in business, and is used to determine if set goals are being achieved, whether or not by a company making a profit. Managing information can be broken down into the following three steps. Like we've got inputs and processing and outputs, like I said. Then in any, like, inputs is what you like, the raw facts. Then you are trying to organize them through the central processing units. Then you get your end results as what your information. Now, like I said, if you see on top here, they are saying data is an example of your input, because these are the raw facts, guys. So because we said it does not have any meaning, so that it doesn't reveal any meaning, we need to organize. When you process, you manipulate. You can say process or manipulate the data, then you are organizing it in such a way it can be able to reveal a meaning to us. You learn that data is raw and organized numbers, signals, or facts, and by processing this data, it becomes what, the information. That's what I'm saying. And information is an end product of what, processed data. Information consists of facts and numbers that have been organized so that they are useful for people. Why is it useful? That was what I was asking you guys. Why is it important that we should just use the information? It's very useful, but now, so how useful is it? So I'm still waiting for an answer from your side, guys. How useful is it? In other words, how does it help us? So that's an answer that I'm waiting from your side. Okay, let's take a case study. Like for example, here we are talking about the tracking the class performance. Meneer, I was there, Meneer. Yes. No, I'm still in. Sorry for inconvenience, guys. Okay, as I'm continuing. For example, if the mathematics teacher wanted to see how well the current class is performing compared to the last class, she might ask the school database convert it into an average of the 2 years. That way, many pages of data are converted into numbers that can be compared easily. Similarly, the report you receive at the end of each school year take all the data that the teacher collected through the year and turn that data into the single report that you can use to measure your performance. That means this is very useful, guys. It can help you in terms of what making the decision. Understand? So, like as you see here, this demonstration or the illustration shows that data versus information. Like we said, unorganized facts, figures that has no meaning. But if you see here, this one is organized, we can be able to interpret this graph. Like for example, if you see here, 2014 and 2016. So then on the legends here, we've got couples and families without couples. Then you can see here, in 2014, we had many couples as compared to families here. So in 2016, the number was equal. So because of this is processed, we can be able to see this. So as I'm continuing now, guys, I'm going to talk about the technique used in information management. There are different techniques used in information management. These techniques include identifying the task definition information sources. Like for example, in your PET is broken into two phases, by the way, in grade 10. As for grade 11 and 12, your PET is divided into three phases. Number one, phase one that's covered in term two, you should be able to understand the task using the information gathering tools. That means your source tool must also be available. Using questionnaire to obtain data. Phase two, processing the data that you obtain in phase one include using the knowledge you acquired earlier in the year, using the spreadsheet. So that's phase two, guys. As for you now, guys, then you have to combine both what is happening in phase three. In phase two, your report must be done in phase two. And also your data analysis using your spreadsheet must be in phase two as well. So now I'd like to entertain the questions from your side, guys, unless otherwise if there are no questions, and then I would like to call it the end of the lesson for today, but you still owe me an answer, guys. Any question, guys, from your side? Thank you so much. Then I see there's one more question. No question from me, sir, Leonhead. Then you guys, do you all understand and following, yeah? Okay. Okay, tell me then, like I said, okay, complete the activity, read the PET documents and discuss the topic. So what is the topic on your PET document, guys? So then, because like one person said to me then has already finished his PET. Who's that? Can I see who was that? Terror. Tell us the PET topic. Okay, if there are no questions, guys, let me just call it a day till we see tomorrow again. Thank you so much, guys. My pleasure.